One of the oldest Italian restaurants in New York just closed down after 120 years. 120. That's a lot of history. So today, to honor its legacy, we're gonna make a dish that used to be served there. Welcome or welcome back to Italian Food Therapy. My name is Manuela and today we are making roasted beets risotto inspired by Barbetta. Barbetta opened its door in 1906 and it was run by the same family, the Maioios, from the beginning up until February 2026. Barbetta was special because it focused on the regional cuisine of Piemonte, which is a region of northern Italy. Now, this is a big deal because for a long time, Italian food was considered a sort of one thing together. The truth is that there are many different regions with many different cultures, therefore many different cuisines. Another element that distinguished Barbetta was its elegance. Elegance was everywhere. From the furniture, chandeliers and furniture flown all the way from Italy to the restaurant, and I'm saying from Italian villas and palaces, to the menu where we could find white truffle, which is one of the most prestigious ingredients that Piemonte can offer. And the wine list introduced elegant wine like Barolo and Barbaresco, which nowadays are well-known reds, but back then not many people have tasted them before. Researching the restaurant, I found, of course, many menus, and in the recent one I found a dish that I would definitely have ordered if I had the chance. Roasted beets risotto. Now, risotto is something that who doesn't like risotto, come on? And it's also very specific to northern Italy, so it's really representative of that type of cuisines. But what caught my attention is the use of beets. Beets are generally considered a sort of, poor vegetables, like there is not much consideration for it. But if treated well, these veggies can become delicious. And that's exactly what this risotto does. We are gonna roast them for an hour and they completely transform. They become caramelized and they have a very earthy but at the same time delicate flavor. So I don't have the original recipe for the risotto. I have my own inspiration and we're gonna need, of course, beets, but let me show you the rest of the ingredients. Beside the beets, we're gonna, of course, need risotto rice. Now, I have here Carnaroli rice, which is a variety of rice cultivated in Italy, very, very starchy. And that's good because that's what we want to create the creaminess of the risotto. Another variety ideal for risotto is Arborio. They are pretty common in the US, you just need to ask for them probably at the store. But yeah, Carnaroli or Arborio are perfect for risotto. Then we are going to need a couple of shallots, half glass of white wine, and Parmigiano. Then of course, the usual olive oil, salt and pepper. And that's it. Wait, I forgot one of the ingredients, broth. Either vegetable broth or chicken broth are good. The first thing we're gonna do is to clean our beets. If you find them at the store like this, of course grab them, but I like the whole plant because I'm not sure if you know, but those greens here are delicious. I'm gonna cut the greens and cook them later tonight, but basically you just need to saute them for 15 minutes with olive oil and garlic and it's delicious. So we are gonna cut the greens, put them on the side and just keep the roots and wash them. Let's do that. We are gonna use a pound of beets, which usually it's about either 3-4 big or maybe 5-6 small, but basically just go for a pound of beets. I'm gonna wash them and come back. Once we washed our beets, we are gonna place them in a piece of foil, dress with a little bit of salt, pepper and a drizzle of olive oil, and close the foil like this. It doesn't need to be perfect, you just want to create a pack. Drizzle of olive oil, pinch of salt and pepper, and that's it. Now in the oven at 400 for an hour. Once they cool off, we can open the foil package and you're gonna see that now removing the skin is gonna be super easy. It's gonna really slide off. Be prepared to have some color in your hands, but it's all natural, it's good. We are gonna have to clean them all. Look at this bright color, and that's how our risotto is gonna look like. You can of course use gloves if you don't want to stain your hands. Once we peeled all the beets, we are gonna add them to a food processor or a blender. We are going to make a beet cream. I'm gonna pulse initially. Let's have a look. I still see big chunks, so I'm gonna keep going. We look now, it's looking good. It's really forming like a sort of velvety consistency, that's what we want. If you like to have some texture in your risotto, you could also leave a couple of beets on the sides and cube them and then use them as a decoration. But I really wanted to go for the smooth risotto feeling, so yeah, I'm very happy with this. We are going to use a thick, large pan. We add a tablespoon of olive oil, and as soon as we see the oil wiggling, we are gonna add our chopped shallot. Now we add the chopped shallots. And we cook for a couple of minutes. We don't want to burn our shallots, so as soon as it becomes translucent, we are going to add the risotto rice. We are gonna basically toast the risotto for 3 minutes or so. We want basically to make it fragrant, so we don't want to burn it, of course, so we're gonna keep stirring and stirring, but we do want to toast it a little bit. It's now time to add our wine. We want the wine to gently bubble, so adjust the heat to lower if you see it's boiling too hard. Once the wine evaporated, we are going to add our first ladle of warm broth. Now, we want this broth to be absorbed. As soon as it's absorbed, we're gonna add the second ladle. And that's the constant process for 20 minutes. Basically, you need to watch your risotto. You need to let it soak all the broth slowly, and as soon as it's gone, you add another ladle. As you can see, risotto is thirsty again. It absorbed all the broth, so it's time to add our second ladle. Making risotto is not difficult at all. You just need to be patient. Very low heat, gentle simmer of the broth. As soon as the broth is gone, you add another ladle. So just patience. Okay, so we are getting closer to the end. As you see, the creaminess of the risotto is starting to show off, but it still needs more broth, because you can tell, because I can see that the rice is not completely cooked yet. You could actually taste it and you'll see that it's not cooked yet. So we'll keep going a little longer with more broth. After 20 minutes of the broth process, we are now ready to add our beet puree. Slowly. And look at the color, it's coming up beautifully. We keep mixing well. And now we are gonna add the final touch. We are gonna turn off the heat, and we are gonna add half cup of Parmigiano and mix well. And our beet risotto, it's ready to be plated. Ready to plate our risotto. It needs to be served hot. Now we tap a little bit at the bottom of the plate just to expand the whole surface of the risotto. And here it is. We're gonna add a little bit of more cheese. And here we are. If you notice, we didn't even use butter. That is usually one of the key ingredients to give creaminess to the dish. Beets puree did the same. Naturally, it gives some more creaminess. And you know, such simple ingredients, simple flavors can really hold memories. I think I'm gonna remember this dish, and I'm gonna remember Barbetta for a long time. So thank you, Barbetta, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If so, please like, subscribe and send to your food lovers friend. I'll see you on the next one. Arrivederci.